Welcome to the AI Efficient Tradie, Episode 5. This is the podcast for tradies who want less admin, more profit, and more time doing what they're actually good at. Now before you tune out and think that's not for me, mate, stick with me. Because I'm not talking about robots or anything scary. I'm talking about stuff you can use right now, on your phone, to save yourself hours every single week. The AI Efficient Tradie is all about giving you practical, noble ways to use AI in your trade business. Less time on paperwork, more money in your pocket, more time actually on the tools, or better yet, at home with the family. Today, and we are talking about your team. Specifically, how to onboard people properly, train your apprentices better, and build the kind of systems that mean your business doesn't fall apart every time someone calls in sick or leaves. Now, if you're a solo tradie, some of this episode will still be useful, particularly the bit about AI supporting learning and skill development. But this one is really aimed at trade business owners who have staff or apprentices, and who want to level up how they manage and develop their people. One of the biggest challenges in any trade business is that all the knowledge lives in people's heads. In your head, mostly. And that creates a bottleneck. Everything has to go through you. Mistakes happen when they don't, and when someone leaves, they take a chunk of your business knowledge with them. AI can help you get that knowledge out of your head and into systems. And today, I'll show you how. Let's go. Let me ask you a question. When you bring on a new employee or apprentice, what does their first week look like? Is there a clear plan? Do they know exactly what's expected of them? Do they have documents they can refer back to? Or is it more like, follow me around, watch what I do, and ask questions if you're unsure? Most small trade businesses are in the second camp. And look, that worked fine for generations. Learning on the job is a legitimate and effective way to develop tradespeople. But there's a difference between learning on the job and having no structure at all. When new staff don't have clear expectations from day one, you get inconsistency. Different people doing things different ways. Mistakes from not knowing your company standards. Time wasted re-explaining the same things over and over. And a new employee who isn't sure if they're performing well, which leads to anxiety, lower productivity, and higher turnover. Good onboarding has a measurable impact on staff retention. People who feel well set up in their first few weeks are significantly more likely to stay with a business long term. For a trade business where a good tradesperson is worth tens of thousands of dollars a year to your capacity, keeping people is one of the best investments you can make. And AI makes building proper onboarding systems genuinely achievable for a small business, even without an HR department. The foundation of good onboarding is a proper induction pack. This is the document, or set of documents, that a new employee gets when they start. It tells them everything they need to know about your business, your expectations, your systems, and your standards. Now, creating this from scratch sounds like a massive project, but with AI, it's actually very manageable. Here's how I'd approach it. Start by having a conversation with an AI tool. Tell it you run a trade business, what trade you're in, how many staff you have, and what you want a new employee induction pack to cover. The AI will give you a suggested structure, a table of contents for your induction document. You then go through it section by section, giving the AI the key information for each part, and it writes the content. A typical induction pack for a trade business might cover welcome letter from the business owner, company history and values, team structure and who's who, daily work procedures, safety requirements and PPE standards, vehicle and equipment policies, customer interaction expectations, uniform standards, communication tools and how to use them, and emergency and incident procedures. You know all this stuff, it's just never been written down. AI gives you the structure and writes it professionally. You fill in the specifics. What might have taken a week to put together now takes a day or less. Beyond the induction pack, SOPs, standard operating procedures, are one of the most powerful tools a trade business can have. An SOP is basically a step-by-step guide for how to do a specific task or process in your business the right way, every time. Think about the things you want done consistently. How to close out a job. How to fill in a timesheet. How to handle a customer complaint. How to order materials. How to set up a job site safely. Each of these can have an SOP, a clear, written process that anyone in your team can follow. AI is excellent at helping you create these. You describe how you want the process done, and the AI writes it up in a clear, step-by-step format. You review it, tweak it to match exactly how you do things, and you've got a reusable document. The power of SOPs is that they let you delegate with confidence. Instead of worrying about whether someone is doing things your way, you give them the SOP and you know they have the information they need to get it right. Once you've got your induction documents and a few SOPs, you're well on the way to a proper company handbook. This doesn't need to be a thick corporate document. For a small trade business, even a 20-page handbook that covers the basics is infinitely better than nothing. AI can take your various documents, help you organize them, and write a professional-sounding introduction and summary. You can have a professional company handbook, the kind of thing that used to require an HR consultant to produce for the cost of an afternoon's work. Now let's talk about apprentices specifically, because AI is genuinely changing how young tradies can learn. Here's the thing about apprenticeships. A lot of the technical learning happens at trade school, but the day-to-day on-the-job learning depends heavily on who you're working with and how much time that person has to explain things. In a busy trade business, there's often just not enough time to stop and answer every question thoroughly. AI tools can fill that gap. An apprentice with a question about why a circuit is wired a certain way, or what the code requirements are for a particular installation, or how a specific piece of equipment works, can ask an AI tool and get a clear, detailed explanation immediately, without interrupting the senior tradesperson, without having to wait until trade school. This isn't replacing the mentorship relationship. That's still irreplaceable. But it supplements it. It means questions get answered faster, understanding is reinforced, and apprentices can learn at their own pace in their own time. Some trade business owners I know have gone a step further and used AI to create custom learning materials for their apprentices. Study guides for upcoming trade school assessments, practical checklists for skills they need to develop, even mock quiz questions to help them prepare for exams, all generated by AI, customized to their specific stage of training. If you've got apprentices, spending a couple of hours creating AI-generated learning resources could make a real difference to how quickly they develop and to how supported they feel in your business. One more topic that's worth mentioning, because it makes a lot of business owners uncomfortable, is performance management. Having those conversations with staff when something isn't working. AI can help you prepare for these conversations. Not to put words in your mouth, but to help you structure your thinking, make sure you've covered the key points, and strike the right tone. You can describe the situation to an AI tool, what the issue is, what the impact has been, what outcome you're looking for, and ask it to help you structure a constructive conversation. It might suggest what to say, what questions to ask, and how to frame things in a way that focuses on improvement rather than blame. AI can also help you create a performance improvement plan, a simple document that outlines the issue, the expectations going forward, the support you'll provide, and the timeline for review. This is the kind of HR documentation that can feel overwhelming without guidance, but AI makes it straightforward. Having these conversations well, promptly, clearly, and constructively is one of the hallmarks of a good business owner. AI makes it easier to do them confidently. Your 3 things this week, all focused on your team. Number 1. Open an AI tool and ask it to give you a suggested table of contents for a staff induction pack for a trade business. Look at what it comes back with. Even if you don't build the whole document this week, having the structure is the first step. Commit to completing one section of it. Number 2. Pick one process in your business that you wish everyone did consistently, and write a 1-page SOP for it with AI help. Describe how you want it done. Ask the AI to write it up clearly and concisely. Print it out or save it somewhere the team can access it. Number 3. If you have an apprentice, Mention to them this week that AI tools like Claude or ChatGPT are genuinely useful for understanding technical concepts and preparing for TAFE. Encourage them to use it when they have questions. It won't replace you, but it gives them another resource. Induction structure, 1 SOP, AI tip for your apprentice. 3 things. Go. That's episode 5 of the AI Efficient Tradie. Train your team faster. Your people are your biggest asset in a trade business. Investing in how you bring them in, train them up, and develop them pays off in retention, performance, and the kind of business culture that attracts good people. Next episode is going to be a big one. Episode 6, we are going to talk about what's coming for AI and the trades over the next 3 to 5 years. What should you be preparing for? What opportunities are coming? And where should you focus first if you're just getting started with all of this? Until next time, like and subscribe to the AI Efficient Tradie. Less admin, more profit, more time. Catch you in the next one.